Good morning, my friends. I know I'm messing up this channel. It is what it is, guys. I can't, whatever. I'm trying. I got my desk. I was all excited yesterday. I found one for like $39 at an Aldi's near my house. And I was like, oh, you bet I'm buying that. 39 bucks. It'll do the trick. So hopefully I can get this whole situation moved into my room and make it a little more professional and actually be able to show you the articles and things that I'm speaking of. Quick update on my home. We did another blessing. Things are very quiet. Again, you would never know there's anything in my house. They did say that they suspect a portal in the basement, but they didn't really tell me much else. The video is still not up, so I can't really tell you their speculation. They did come with like a lot of stuff to show me, but we were kind of in a rush when we were doing the blessing. We did a little quick interview and they caught more evidence, so that now has to be added and edited and gone over. And I understand how much work it is. Trust me, any ghost hunting I've ever done, I've spent hours and hours listening over and over and watching, and that's when you find these things. That's when you catch things that you didn't even know you caught. How the portal got there, we still don't know. I still do think my house has always had something in it. I've always felt that way, like I've said before. Did I make it worse by opening up these apps? As they told me, it's basically equivalent to starting a Ouija session and not closing it, what I did. And I did it many times with many different apps. You're not thinking that these things are legitimate, so like I wasn't really paying attention to it like that. Like I just was letting them play, but then getting the intelligent responses that I was getting, that's when I started freaking out. And that's when I was like, all right, something's definitely not right here. But anyway, it's really quiet, which is good. I've been sleeping a little bit better, but I'm still waking up every morning at 3 a.m. And I always wake up at like 4 a.m. Sometimes I'll wake up different hours, but it's been 3:30 every single morning for like the past month. It's just been crazy. Which is good because, I get to look around and make sure, everything's okay, because I still have a little bit of fear, but I'm not full of anxiety like I was. And I think that's why the activity was just off the hook. Like when I started recording and I started feeling anxious and started feeling scared and telling everybody in the house what was going on and showing everybody, we were all full of that anxiety, and it was feeding these things. I mean, it was nuts. My ears were constantly ringing in that fullness. I was seeing things. I was smelling things. The poltergeist activity, it was like bananas, guys. And now it's just very calm. And it's getting better. I'm trying to slowly ease myself back into my room, which is why I bought the desk, so I can at least go in there and do some videos at night and get used to being in there again, because I just can't get that face that manifested in the video I took in my room on my laptop. I can't get it out of my head. And the fact that when they did the investigation, my room was pretty active. My mother's room, my son's room was the most active. Like, wait till you see the video, guys. I'm talking like, I've never seen orbs that look like this. They were humongous, huge. I mean, it was insane. They did show me like a few different clips of things that he had already done, a bunch of pictures. He had like 8 pages of stuff written out that came through the spirit box. But I didn't get to read through all of it. There was, I guess, some pretty disturbing stuff in there, some vile stuff. So clearly there was something there that wasn't nice. You're going to see in the video in the beginning, he's like, I don't feel like there's anything negative here. But then as soon as they pull out all the religious stuff, that's when they start making threats and all this other crazy stuff. I'm thinking about posting my evidence, only because I know people are waiting. I mean, obviously it's boring. It's just my wall, and you have to listen with headphones. Even when they show their video, I would definitely recommend listening with headphones, because you can't hear a lot of the stuff without it. But I've got like 3 or 4 videos on my phone that I can upload. The one on the laptop, I'm not sure. That one's like 30 minutes. That's when I captured the woman giggle and the baby crying. I believe it could have been. I don't know. I don't want to go back and listen to these videos. I really just want to put this behind me. I want to close this portal and be done with this. You'll see how I was agitated in the videos, because it's like you have a stranger in your house. It's crazy. It's not a nice feeling. And I started thinking about my kids, and especially my little one. Like, this thing's better not be attacking my kids. But yeah, I was a little, I did it, I went about it the wrong way, and I think I might have made them angry. But anyway, I'll try to get those uploaded soon. I wanted to talk really quick about some things that are going on. I'm not sure if you guys are aware that in the last year alone, we've had like 96 or 97 food processing plants either catch fire or explosions. Okay? Very shady. Considering also what they're doing to the farmers. They're putting all these strict restrictions on the farmers. They just found like 3,000 cows dead from the heat, I guess they're saying. All this stuff just seems to be falling apart all at once. How does that happen? All these disasters, one after another, right? If the Bible is not the government playbook, because yes, they do have the ability to fake things and fake weather, and they are spraying the crap out of us right now with all kinds of heavy metals and toxins. But it's for the good of us. But it's one of the things they're spraying. I forget what it is taking like 40% of the oxygen out of the air. Okay, that is not good. We're gonna probably start seeing dead fish, dead animals, dead birds, dead trees, dead people. And they're gonna call it on climate. They're gonna blame it on climate change. They're gonna say climate change is killing people. They've already diagnosed people with climate change, by the way, if you didn't know that. There was also thousands of chickens that burnt up. So all these things just suddenly just happening, right? All the wildfires were just suddenly happening, right? All the mass shooters are just suddenly coming out, right? Someone did the math for that last shooter. $9,000. Where did this kid get $9,000 to buy all the ammo and guns that he had? We have to ask ourselves these questions, guys. Just like when they had the Vegas shooter, there were so many holes in that story, and then something else happens and we forget about it, right? Just like the Travis Scott concert, something else happens and we forget about it. Then this happens, then something else. This is how they work, and they're working very quickly. So you need to pay attention. You need to focus on finding the truth, guys, because we are being deceived so badly, not only about who you are as a person, taking God out of the equation. That has been what destroyed us. Taking God out, broken homes, broken families, just all of it is just destroying us. It's destroying us as a nation. And I don't know how people don't see how is all this just all of a sudden happening. They had a mouse plague. They were ignoring the farmers that were calling for help. I mean, it was disgusting. You can go look it up. I'm sure the videos are still up. They were infested and had to throw out all their corn and all their food supply. And guys, they are messing with our food supply. They are messing with the environment, the weather, all of it. Okay? I'm sure some of you know this, but for the people that don't know, like, you got to start looking this stuff up. You got to start going back in time and looking at the capabilities they had 30, 40 years ago. Just imagine what they can do today. Hollywood. Do you know what Hollywood means? Hollywood stick. Magic and Disney. It's all about the occult. It's all about there is no God. Do as thou will. That comes from Satan, not God. So if there's no repercussions for what you're doing here on this earth, what do you think that's going to cause? If that's what people are believing. They're already getting the stores prepared with the chip that's either going to be in your forehead or your hand, which you're going to use to buy, sell, and trade. It's coming, guys. It's already patented. 06, 06, 06 at the end. You can go and find the information on this. It's not a secret. Many people are already chipping away. They already got it in them. Your celebrities, your idols, they're all going to get it. And then you're all going to fall in line, because that's who we look to for our moral code. Society, our idols, Hollywood, we look up to these people like they're gods because they've got money. Do you know what they have to do to get that money? Do you know who they worship to get that money, to get that fame? Do you know the sacrifices that they make? There are two channels that I'm going to recommend you go watch. Black Balloon on YouTube and Nitrous TV. There is a gay agenda in Hollywood, in the music industry, in the rap industry. So all your rappers are all pretty much bisexual. All your male rappers, female rappers. And that is because in the world of Satanism, in some of these secret societies, you have to be bisexual to be inclusive. And they are pushing that, obviously, on us, on our children, right? There's no God. You can pick your gender now. It's okay. You can be a boy. You can be a girl. You can be whatever you want. Doesn't matter anymore. You can mutilate your body. That's okay, too. You can become a transhuman. That's okay, too. This is what this generation's believing. This is why their hearts are being hardened. This is why we're all falling away from God. It's not going to be good. It's not going to end well. Drag your kids to Pride. I'm sure you guys have heard about that. The bar room in Texas where parents brought their kids to a drag show in a bar room, giving them dollar bills. I'm curious to know what the parents are telling their children those dollar bills are for, that they're sticking in their little G-strings or handing them. I'm talking little kids. There's something very wrong with this. And if you don't think that the chomos are hiding out under those costumes, you're in very much denial. This is why they're pushing this. Love is love. Trying to change the age of consent to marriage to 12. This is where we are. Killing 9-month-old babies. Doesn't matter. There's no repercussions. You can do what you want. Right? Wrong. You can't tell me. Now that God has given me the proof right in my own home. There's a spiritual realm. There is a war going on in that realm right now. And Satan is here to take you to hell. You don't have to believe me. You can just read Book of Revelations and you can see everything that's happening right now, including the famines that are coming. They're coming. Your chicken is also going to be expensive, like the steak. People are not going to be able to afford food, and they're going to come looking for food. And rolling blackouts are going to cause people to come looking for your stuff. Better hope we don't have our pow-pows taken before that happens. By September, this is all going to fall apart. We are going to see all of this happen by like September-ish, because the Antichrist is here. He is getting ready to introduce himself to the world. Robots are ready to take over your jobs. We will have universal income, universal health care, one world government, one world religion, one world police state. Something's got to happen for them to put this in place. I don't know what, guys. I'm not claiming to be a prophet here. I'm just watching how the cards are falling into place. And speaking of cards, you can reference the Illuminati card game, because everything in that card game pretty much has already come to fruition. So you can believe it, you cannot believe it. You can believe in the group that starts with an I and ends with an I and means illumination. You can believe that they are the ones running your show. The Pope is involved. They're going to get religious leaders involved. Oh yeah, you watch. Massive deception coming. It's already here. But the thing is they have to tell you what they're doing. This is the part that people miss. They show you through Hollywood, the signs, the symbols, right? All of them. The hand in the pocket. If you don't know them, you can go and look them up. They don't all just like to do those signs and symbols, guys. It means something. It means they have secrets that they can't tell you. And if they do, well, they suddenly mysteriously die or disappear. But these young rappers are coming out with the truth. Since the bug and a lot of these idols were put on a shelf, a lot of them were coming out and telling the truth. So you've got your proof. You don't need to go fact check it. You've got it out of their mouths themselves. Cardi B telling you her music is summoning demons. Sorry, guys, I have a massive migraine. Her music summons demons. If they could put spells on records 20, 30 years ago, what the heck do you think they can do now? Through your electronics, through your television, through the shows you watch, through their halftime shows, through their concerts. Travis Scott concert. Did we forget about that? We did. We just moved right on, didn't we? The evil that he is. How does one side get away with saying the most ridiculous things? Like Joy Bernhardt. When black people own guns, then the laws will change. Do you see what they really think of people of color? They're still the same. They still look down. They still look at people of color like they're inferior. Why would she say something so stupid as if black people can't buy guns? That's what she's implying right now, by the way. The one that said, oh, I can't go on my trip to Europe because there's a war going on. We had, what's her name? Kathy Griffin, whatever her, no, some kind of comedian. Remember she was holding Mr. T's head severed, right? You remember how they were promoting violence and telling people to leave and don't let them in and you tell them to go and promoting violence on stage, saying that they wanted to kill Mr. T. These left people, right? The left and the right, they both belong to the same bird, guys. When are people going to realize that? There is no real left and right. It's all deception to do exactly what it's been doing. Tearing us apart. Tearing us apart as a country. When we're supposed to be coming together right now, we're turning away from each other. We forgot about divided we fall. We forget that. Just pay attention. That's all I got. Because they tell you. It's the battle for the soul of America. Mr. T has a surprise outbreak coming. We have a truck full of animals crash. The woman goes to help. She falls ill. Now all of a sudden, we have a virus from that animal. Which, by the way, they were studying this virus at the infamous place out in Wuhan, as well as the NIH. They're not done with viruses, plagues. They're not done with starving people out. They're not done with raising your prices. They are destroying us. And we are blind to it. It's so sad. They get away with saying the dumbest things. If you're not black, you're not black if you don't vote for me. That's all our stuff. Removing every single icon and mascot or whatever and leaving up only white ones. Now it's okay. We've gotten rid of all the minorities. Now we're good. Because it's, R to have the minorities. How do we not see this? It's crazy. It's crazy. When people say there's this, Mr. T told you, it's like a spell has been cast. He told you. You don't have to believe it. That's fine. But I'm going to tell you something. You're not going to tell me there's no God. There's no spiritual world because it's in my home. It's in my home. I've experienced it firsthand. So you cannot tell me the demons aren't real and spirits aren't real and God isn't real. If the spirits are here, God is there. You trust me. But they don't want you to believe that. They are removing God from everything. Everything. I'm surprised we still use a Bible in the courtrooms. And I'm surprised we still have people of God ordaining marriages. Because we just walk away from marriage like it's nothing today. We don't take vows seriously anymore. Not that you should stay with a toxic person, but we have to think a little bit better before we get married. We have to wait a little bit longer. You have to make better choices. Something that I learned late in life, but hey, at least I learned before I close my eyes forever, I guess, right? Honestly, if that was something that was going to happen and I could take all my family with me, I'd be peacing out of this world, because I can see the evil. I can see it now, everything, and it's scary. And I can see why people want to stay in denial and keep their head in the sand. It's a lot easier to get through life that way. It's a lot easier to get through life not believing that you don't have any consequence when you die. It's a lot easier to commit sin that way. It's a lot easier to live that way, right? Living in the world. God tells you, get out of the world. Repent, turn away from your wicked ways. There's a spiritual battle going on right now, and as above, so below. It's affecting the world. Just look around you. Look at the chaos. Look at how angry and just evil and vile people are being. Little kids. Another little kid, 10-year-old, another one with a gun in her hand, or his hand. The 4-year-olds a few months back getting guns, shooting the mother dead. Like, what are we doing? Then you wonder why they're going to come after your guns, because of the stupidity like this. I don't know, guys, but there's a bunch of things that could happen. I'm not going to say what. But again, they are going to do something to make us want to come together in this one world agenda. To make us accept it. To make us accept losing our rights, losing our privacy, losing all of it. Once they chip you, they own you. Period. They already do own you with your social security number, and they already do own you. You already are a slave to the system if you work and you pay taxes. Sadly. It's the way it is. Anyway, I gotta go, guys. I just wanted to touch in. I know it's been a while. I apologize. I will try to keep things up and going from this point on. There's more I wanted to talk about, but my head is just pounding, and I gotta go get some sleep. Anyway, I will keep you guys posted on the video when they post it. I don't know when it's going to be. It was supposed to be last weekend. I was a little disappointed it wasn't up, but I understand they've got a lot going on, so whenever they do it, they do it. But I will let you guys know so you can watch the investigation. They did say it's one of the busiest investigations they've ever had, and they did say they saw things that looked inhuman. So I didn't get any more information from that. I don't like bugging them, but I will be touching base with them at some point this weekend to find out where they saw the portal, so I can focus my energy and prayer on that spot and try to close it, because I'm pretty much on my own from here. But anyway, take this warning. That's all I gotta say. Reach out, knock, and the door shall open. Ask and you shall receive. It's that easy. Please do. Please read a Bible. You'll see what's going on. Read Revelations. You'll see everything that's happening is lining up, which means we're in big trouble. All right, guys. Stay blessed, stay happy, stay healthy, and I will talk to you soon.